Hello everyone, I'm Asha Best. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are safe. Today I welcome you all in class 5 EVS. We are going to take a new chapter today, A New Dawn. In this chapter we'll understand our country India, why it is divided into states and union territories. We'll discuss about the functions and formation of central government as well as state government. We'll have information about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the President of our country. So let's begin. We'll be discussing this chapter into two parts. Today we are going to take the first part of this chapter. Our country, India. India is a vast country with many states and union territories. All the states and union territories are together called the Indian Union. In our constitution, the power of the central as well as the state government have been clearly mentioned. The central government helps the state government as and when needed. Dear students, our country is divided into different units and subunits. Why it is divided into units and subunits? It is divided into units and subunits so that it can be run in a better way. India has been divided into states and union territories in order to maintain effective administration, maintain law and order, provide citizens their necessities and for overall development. That is why our country is divided into states as well as union territories. Central government. The central government is also known as the union government. It comprises the president, the vice president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. As we know that the president is the head of the state, means head of the country, the prime minister is head of the central government, or you can say the union government, and they exercises most of the executive power. The central government is formed by the party which is holding majority of seats at the Lok Sabha. Each state is also governed by state governments elected through state legislative assembly elections. The chief minister is the head of the state government. The central government governs the country with the help of its numerous ministers, departments and agencies. So, this is all about the central government. Now, talk about the Lok Sabha. As we said that the central government comprises Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha, it is also known as the lower house or the house of people. Lok Sabha members are directly elected by the people, the citizens of a country. Maximum 552 members can be elected for Lok Sabha. As I said that the Lok Sabha or House of the People is the lower house of the Parliament of India. Members of Lok Sabha are elected directly through elections under universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise in which all the adults, those who are 18 years or above, can vote and select their representatives. Each Lok Sabha is formed for a 5-year term, and normally after 5 years it is automatically dissolved. So that is why it is not permanent. It can also be extended during emergency. Now, the president can dissolve Lok Sabha. The leader of Lok Sabha is the Prime Minister. A speaker is elected by the members who ensures the meetings of the House are carried out smoothly. So, the Prime Minister is the leader of Lok Sabha, and to head the meetings, a speaker is elected so that smooth functioning of the meetings can be made possible. Lok Sabha is elected for 5 years, as I have already told you this, that for a term of 5 years Lok Sabha is elected. The president can dissolve the Lok Sabha before 5 years also. A citizen of India above 25 years of age can contest the election, can be a Lok Sabha member, can fight for the elections. Now when we talk about Lok Sabha, as I said that it is a house of commons, or you can say people. The maximum members of Lok Sabha are 552 and 20 members representing people from the union territories and 2 appointed non-partisan members to represent the Anglo-Indian community. If the president feels that the community is not represented well enough, okay, in that case only. The Lok Sabha can be even extended for if there is emergency situation in the country. Now let's talk about Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house. The members of Rajya Sabha are not directly elected by the people. They are elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies. The Rajya Sabha, or you can say Council of States, is the upper house of the Parliament of India. This is known as the upper house of the Parliament. The total number of members are 250. 12 of the members are nominated by the President of India for their contribution to art, literature, science and social services. These are the nominated people. Who nominates them? The President. The rest of the house is elected by the state and territorial legislatures. Members sit for 6 years term, with 1/3 of the members retiring every 2 years. After every 2 years, 1/3 of the members of Rajya Sabha, they retire. So this is all about Rajya Sabha. All these points I have already explained. I will read out these points one more time for you all. The Rajya Sabha can have up to 250 members, 238 elected members and 12 members nominated. Who nominates? The President. They are elected for a period of 6 years and 1/3 of the members retire after every 2 years. And the fresh members are elected after that. The Vice President heads the Rajya Sabha. And who heads the Lok Sabha? The President. Now let's talk about the President. The President is the head of the country. Members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the State Legislative Assembly elect the President of our country. And the President is elected for a period of 5 years. Hope you liked the video. Hope you understood the chapter. Half of the part we'll be discussing soon. Till then, take care and have a good day.